How's it going? This is Dark Leader 635 on Gemmy Master Animatronics, and today I'm gonna make a video over this musical walking Santa Claus. This I have already shown. I'm just gonna show again for the forsake of it. This is the first one out of the three that I got in the same place back in 2016. It's the one that in the video got, it was stuck, and the motor has these, these comes and goes, and it's just annoying. But I'm going to make a comparison with this one. This is one that I got in November 10th of, this year. And I just got done repairing it and everything. It was, as you guys saw, it was featured on the camera Santa Claus video because I was doing it. And right now, it's completely done. It's honestly just a little bit different than what the other ones are. But I'm going to go ahead and show exactly why. So let me just begin little by little. So I'm sure it must have come in this box and everything. There's no difference over there. It must have been this, this box presentation. Of course, the other ones that I got have a few differences that this one, doesn't have. Let me go ahead and show super quick on the back what I'm talking about. So here's how the Santa Claus used to be. It had a broken foot, the exact same broken, leg piece as the camera Santa. But the difference was that on this case the piece was completely gone. The bag is slightly bigger and stitched to a side. The face was dirty, missing wheel. Here's the gear. This gear was broken, and that was it. It uses a 9-tooth gear. That's a pretty funny thing, but yeah. So again, that's the piece, and you guys know the drill. I 3D printed it and everything. I had to redo a lot of things. I had to get rid of this rust. It was just terrible. And the thing was actually stuck. The only reason, because first all it did was just light up. It just lit up until I hit it a little bit, and the thing started moving, slowly. So yeah, it was just the motor that was stuck. But then I found out about this and this. These two were cracked, so I had to. And then again, this is another trick, another tip I'm gonna give. If you guys have a gear that's kind of big, but you don't know where to replace it, and it's split, what you can do is close it with a zip tie, and basically feed it through the basically put like a drill or a Dremel or something, put the shaft on there to make it spin, and tied it up, and then with the gear closed with the zip tie, you basically spin it through. You turn on the thing and you feed it through there. So the plastic's gonna melt a little bit, but the hole's gonna get bigger till the point it's completely loose on the shaft. And once you do that, you just glue it, and that's it. It stays closed shut. Anyways, as I said, dust, rust, moisture, everything. Now, it didn't make music, it didn't play music because the wires were off the speaker, but the speaker was bad at the same time. The funny thing is that one wire was completely gone. This was the only wire that was left, the output for the transistor, which would be the negative of the speaker. The main positive, or the positive speaker, was not there. So you guys can see that's pretty much how it went. And this one is the only one I have that actually has a red hat. Well, a red head cover, because these usually have it black. These usually have the cover there black. On this case, it's red. Again, here's a chip and everything. I tried it, and it's actually. So you guys remember how I explained earlier in the Bell Ringers video that this one had a slightly different recording than the other two, or slightly different programming, should I say, because it's only beeping. But this one has like a few tones that, a few tones missing that probably mean that it's actually older. And yes, it was older, and it's confirmed because this one's older, and it has the exact same chip as this one, the exact same, programming. And it's not like the other two that I have where they have some extra beepings, especially in Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and in the Santa Claus is Coming to Town, you can tell that difference in that song because it has an extra beeping in the other ones. In these, it doesn't. So again, it was corroded and everything. Had to change the speaker, had to rewire the whole thing. lubricate the motor, take everything off, solder the springs, clean here, clean there, everything rewired up. Basically everything to be, and here's where the gear was closed already. You guys can see how, that's the crack. That's where the crack used to be, and you can hardly notice it. So it's a pretty good way of fixing gears. I'll say that. I had to put clear heat shrink tubing in the arms. You can hardly notice it in this one, but you can notice it mostly in this one, because they were kind of corroded, and I didn't want the cloth to get, damaged. So, oh, and by the way, I put a blue thing here. So let me go ahead and show the difference. Here's how this one's attached. This is the one of the 3 from 2016. It's only stitched in one corner. It has a what seems to be a whitish thing there, a whitish lace, and this is light green. This is slightly darker green, and the thing is actually stitched on there, which is kind of the same actually. It's not necessarily too different. It's just that the bag is bigger than what this one is. You can see it right away. It's slightly bigger, so that may be just a factory thing, only God knows. But candles are the same apparently. They don't really have any difference. Now these one's lights for the candle are actually dimmer than these. This one's shiny, this one's fast, and higher pitch as well. So let me go ahead and show this one so you guys know. Here's basically the speed. This is the speed and the way they work of my other 2. So here's how they go. Alright, so you guys saw that. Now, look at this. So that's just how fast this one goes. And as I said, and of course the foot, it couldn't stand, and I had to 3D print a little piece and glue it here with some baking soda, and everything worked like a charm. But here's the thing, another difference, another fairly noticeable difference. This one has no labeling on the switch, okay? Nothing, absolutely nothing, it's plain. This one, however, if I can reach it, that is, this one does have labeling on the switch. This one says off and on, just like it's supposed to. There. Now, one thing I suppose and I assume is that there are actually versions that have the speaker in the butt, and here's why I'm saying that. In this one, you can hardly notice it, but in the inside, there's actually a speaker holder, exactly the size of the speaker that it has in the head. In this one, I think it's a little bit more noticeable over there. And again, if it's not even noticeable there, I'm guessing that I must have done a picture or something of how the thing was turning out. I really hope I have. No, I haven't. How can I... Oh, yes, I did. Okay. This is what they have inside. This over there is what they have inside, and there, of course, the holes are not pierced or anything, but I do remember far too clearly that in one specific year in Mercado Libre, I actually saw the version that had this. It was a lot of years ago. The Santa Claus was dirt ass cheap. I couldn't get it because it was the time when I couldn't even buy things from the website. I was like, what, 11, 12, I think, and I saw it, and these holes were actually punched. So I'm guessing that one had the speaker down there. So I have yet to find one of those with the speaker in the ass. But anyways, that is practically it for the Santa Claus. So without further ado, once again, here we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is, I believe, my 18th Santa, and the one over there, the musical Santa Claus, is my 19th. So one more and I'll have 20 of them. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.